Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, our listeners, and of course, our guests tuning in live all the way from, I think it's Kenya, right? But they're going to tell us their story. They'll tell us where they're tuning right from and exactly what they do. So, my name is Miss Kim. I'm humbled and grateful to be in the midst of these future leaders, the innovators, the change makers, the future that the world needs. How exciting is that? So let's welcome them. I know we have our listeners from LinkedIn, from YouTube, and from Facebook. Please put comments on the comment section. Tell us where you're tuning from, where you're joining us from, and tell us what you'd love to know from these children. Should I call them children? No, young innovators. I might get in trouble calling them children, right? So, our young innovators, super smart, creative, and so keen to learn. So, this is going to be a very, very engaging conversation. We're going to learn from them because, as you know, they're smarter than us. There's a lot they can teach us. So, the topic for today, we're looking at how we can inspire them, motivate them to keep building, to keep on innovating, to create a better world. So, we're going to unlock the power of STEM education, which I actually like calling STEAM. And for those who are listening and may not know what STEM or STEAM stands for, that is science, technology, engineering, arts, and math. And currently, when we talk about shortage of jobs, we tend to think, no, it's not shortage of jobs you're dealing with. It is shortage of skills. So this gets me super excited when I see we don't need to talk about shortage of jobs in the next few years because the future is right here. They are right here. Today is a Sunday. They're supposed to be somewhere playing football, somewhere having fun. But guess what they do? They sacrifice their time to go to their STEAM education center and learn. And as we carry on with this conversation, I hope Mr. Akom is going to join us, where we would like him to say hello and tell us the amazing work about the amazing work that he's doing. Because this is not an easy feat. We are so gifted, we are so grateful to have somebody who is so keen to ensure that he's inspiring and creating these spaces that the future leaders can be able to upgrade themselves, get a skill, become super innovative, and of course, make this world a better place. So, I'm going to ask the team. I'm not sure who is supercharged and ready to do for us an introduction. The person who is, you can unmute and please tell us your name and what your team does and why you go to the center on a Sunday. And if you've innovated something that you'd like to tell us about, the floor is yours. Thank you.
Okay, hi everyone. My name is Ivy Akinyi from STEM Center Africa. I am in Con 3 year in STEM Center Africa. In STEM Center Africa, we learn many things. That's why, as you see, we are just not going to play football. We are just coming here to do things in STEM. In STEM, we do many things like coding, Scratch, robotics, SketchUp, a lot of things we do here. And anything you want to know about STEM, you can just say it and we can help you in STEM. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Can you please say again your name?
My name is Ivy Akinyi.
Thank you, Ivy. You speak extremely well. And I don't know, are you the president for the club?
No, not really.
Can they vote you to be the president? Who is the president?
Seth is our president.
Uh-huh. And he's one of the students, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So I hope he'll say hello to us at some point because this is what we're going to do is this is going to be a very engaging conversation. I'm not going to talk alone. Do we agree on that? We all have a voice. Awesome. Thank you. We all have a voice, and I want us to learn. We own the space and we tell. We have dreams, we have inspirations, we have stories to tell. So we're all going to contribute on this podcast. Okay. So I'm going to start the presentation, which I'm not presenting alone. It's a conversation we're going to have. So there's going to be back and forth. And as discussed, if you have something to tell me that's urgent, you can always put it on the private one. And you can post on the comment section if you want to repeat what you said. If Faith Atieno, you want to tell us something, Modesta, Doreen, anybody, you can put it on the comment section. So the conversation we're having today, we're looking at unlocking the power of STEM. So here we are working on this amazing power of technology. We came to discover how we can shape our future. I suppose we've all had everybody talk about shortage of jobs. And as I'm sure you all have maybe siblings, maybe parents, maybe relatives. And sometimes it can get a bit discouraging where you go like, what if I keep going to school and then I still can't get a job? Have you had that thought? Has that crossed your mind when you look at your older siblings that don't have jobs? You can do show of hands. Anybody with an auntie, a dad, a mom, an uncle, a brother or a sister without a job and they went to school? Can you hear me? Good. So tell me, Ivy, do you have somebody who you know does not have a job and they went to school, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Does it get concerning sometimes where you go like, what if I also study so hard and then I can't get a job? Does it bother you?
Yes. Yes, it does.
Good. And I'm sure you all agree it's a concern. We can see the level of unemployment, and it's not just for Africa, it's global. And as we get into that, the concern is, could we be doing something? Could what we're learning in school may not be what is needed by the job market? So here's the good news. We're extremely lucky to have somebody like Mr. Akum, and I can see you have quite a number of mentors with you there who are focusing on ensuring that you get the skills that are needed. And that is what we call STEAM education. Would somebody want to tell me what STEAM education stands for? What is STEAM education? Anybody? Somebody? I can't, if you're saying something, I can't hear you. You're on mute. You obviously know what STEAM stands for. Please tell me.
Yes, I can try. It is STEM, technology, engineering.
What's the first letter? Let's start with the first letter.
It is science, technology, engineering, arts, and mathematics. Yeah.
Can we clap hands? Is that Faith? We clap hands for Faith. Well done, Faith. So now what is happening is when we're looking at the shortage of jobs, we want to focus on those skills that we can get jobs, right? But then for us to focus on those skills, we have to do a lot of practice and we start when we're young. So this is so good that you're starting this when you're still very young, because when you're young, your brain is very fresh and you're very, very smart, okay? So let's look at why coding, right? You're already coding. Are you all coders? Do you know how to code, right? Please, can somebody tell me what languages do you know so far? What coding languages are you using? Are you learning? Somebody? Samantha? I can't hear you.
We learn coding.
So what do you learn? Scratch coding? You're doing Python? You're doing HTML? Which languages, or Java? Which languages are you learning?
We learn Python.
Well done. Well done. Okay. So you're learning Python, and I'm sure you understand where you're learning Python, right? Now, okay, let's mute. One of the things I want you to understand is There's an echo, so you need to mute. Yes. So one of the things I really want to mention is, okay, let's just mute. I'll try not to ask you questions so that we stay mute. There's still a lot of noise. Okay. So one of the reasons we learn coding, of course, there's the big reason that this is going to expose us into a world of possibilities. There are so many opportunities that are presented by us learning how to code. But more than that, it just exposes our horizon and makes us learn how to think. Okay? You've heard people say thinking is hard work. Yes, indeed, it is hard work. But guess what? Brain is a muscle. If you keep on using your muscle again and again, your muscle gets tough, gets stable, and gets very strong. Okay? So the more you use your brain by coding, you're not just going to be smart in coding. You're not just going to be a programmer, but that makes you very smart in math, in science, in biology, in arts, in any other subject that you're doing. So you've done the most awesome thing you can do by sacrificing your time, not going to play on a Sunday or to hang out with your friends, but you come to the STEM center and learn how to code. Okay? So coding, I'm sure you all know what that is, and you understand the benefits. Right now, as we advance with technology, which is what is running the world, it is so important for you to understand how to navigate that space, right? There are so many opportunities that are presented. You will learn how to build apps. I don't know if you know that already. You can put it on the comment section. You will learn how to build games. You will learn how to build websites. You will learn literally how to problem solve. There are so many opportunities that are presented by just learning how to code. It literally takes you into a different world. And this is for everyone. It's a language like any other. So what we need to look into is, if it's a language like any other, how can I make sure I position myself to be so good and smart at it? It is one thing learning how to code, and it's another thing being extremely good at it. Okay? But as you know it, and I'm sure your teachers say this all the time, practice makes perfect. So you keep on doing it, you form groups, you do hackathons, you do your mini competitions, and most important, you support each other. Okay? It is so nice to win together. Now let's talk about robotics. You can put in the comment section if you're doing robotics. Are you doing robotics? You can comment, or you're doing robotics, right? I love doing robotics. And we do robotics with so many children in different parts of Africa. And I'd love to come or invite you here. Then we do a robotics competition. And guess what I love so much about robotics? When you create, when you use your hands, it takes you to a different level of thinking, right? So it is fun first to put pieces together. I'm sure you work with sensors, you work with motors, you work with Arduino boards. So you just don't learn the parts, but you also get that skill. And also robotics, in most cases, you do it as a team. When you work as a team, you build soft skills. And I want you all to learn this. I don't know, I'm avoiding asking questions in the interest of time. I'll ask later. But when you do soft skills, which is one of the most sought after skill, you get to learn how to collaborate. I'm sure you work as a team. And these are what we call the 4 C's. You learn how to collaborate, you learn how to communicate, you learn how to be very creative, and you learn what we call critical thinking, right? Creativity is very, very important this day and age. So this is what builds you and makes you a better human. I am certain you are in the habit of calling and checking each other. Faith will first wait and see. Let me see if Darren is available, but we need to go for the session together. Samantha looks at, is Ivy there? Seth, Cheryl, you all call Joanne, Lucky, you all call each other and say, we need to go and finish the activity we were doing yesterday. I want to believe you do that, right? So this makes you enhance and combine that skill of problem solving. You're building a robot together and you're not going to stop until you program it. because that's the fun part. When you see you've brought life to it, that is the most exciting part. So it brings up that build up, that excitement, that collaboration, the skill of problem solving, the creativity, where sometimes you want to build your own robot and make it look super awesome, right? And then, of course, the collaboration that we're doing this together. So you've seen the advent of robots right now. They're solving a lot of problems from our farms, from the host to the hospitals, where you've seen some hospitals, especially in Rwanda. I'm not sure this is happening in Kenya, but we've seen what that happens. Now, we've all grown up. I hope most of you, I grew up in a farm and I did not like farm work. I hope your parents are not listening. Or do you all like farm work? We were picking coffee. I didn't like picking coffee. It was so much work. We get to the coffee farm at 6, whether it is raining or it's very hot, but we're not going to leave the farm until we're done picking coffee, right? I don't know, what chores do you do that you just go like, I'm doing the same thing. I wake up, I have to clean up, I have to wash dishes, I have to make my bed. Are you doing chores? Do you do chores at home? You can put on the comment section. So can you imagine, how about if we can stop doing so many chores and then we use our brain, but we have robots that are picking coffee, right? And those who come from tea plantations, you have robots. Can you imagine if there's a robot that's picking all the tea and taking it to the factory, and then the machines are processing it, packing it, and shipping it to go and sell? I'd like one of you to open your mic and tell me, what chores do you do at home? And what do you feel? This is so repetitive. I want to see if I can have a robot that does that chore for me. Can somebody open? Or should I just call a name? Samantha, tell us, what chore do you do at home that you go like, I'm so tired of this? Who wants to tell us? I'm just going to call names.
My name is Zed. I'm the compound.
We can't hear you because we have others who have unmuted. Okay, so everybody mute, then we listen to Seth. Seth, we're listening.
That I do at home is cleaning the compound.
Seth, just be the boss and tell everyone to mute. But I'm so sure, Seth, when you ask the field, you speak to everybody. We want to hear your voice. So everybody should mute and only Seth to talk. But Seth, I want you to speak with that voice for Seth. That voice when Seth goes to the field and is playing football and is telling everybody else, it's my turn, I'm the captain. Seth, we're listening. Oh, you're not ready? Okay, we're going to give you 1 minute to get ready. We'll get on the next slide, but get ready. We're going to have to ask you maybe 2 or 3 questions. And maybe if you're all in the same room, you can assign one laptop where you say, should we agree on that? Let's use one laptop to respond to questions because I want us to engage. I want to hear from you, but then it gets so noisy. So by show of hands, how many know what we mean? What is artificial intelligence? Who wants to tell us? Boys and girls, I want to hear from you. But I want you to be loud. Can we be loud? Yes. Yes, Faith, please tell us.
It's a field of science that uses technology to create machines that can perform tasks that scientifically require intelligence. Have you got it?
My dogs. Who wants to see my dogs? My dogs want to join us. They want to be part of this conversation. So, Faith, the mic is yours until I get my dogs to keep quiet. Please tell us, explain to us why artificial intelligence, why AI, why are we even doing it?
It is a field of science that uses technology to create machines that can perform tasks that technically require human intelligence.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. I hope we're all clapping. That was Ivy or that was Faith? So I have my dogs here. I have my dogs here that want to be part of this conversation. Should we allow them? How many have dogs at home? Do you have dogs? So what we're gonna do when my dogs start again, I will mute, but I want the conversation to continue. So when I mute, somebody has to carry on presenting, right? So yes, I'm sure you've all heard. When my dogs start again, I'll just mute. Then one of you will have to present. We agree?
Yeah.
Good. Good. Thank you. So this is what happens, right? When as humans we keep on evolving. Now you know where we are at, and I'd like you to tell me. So we had the first revolution. I want an answer for that question. You'll answer me when we're done. What is the first revolution? The second, the third, the fourth. Now we are on the fifth, and what do we call the fifth? I want those answers, right? So I want you to prepare for that. You're going to answer me on that. You'll explain to me. So right now, as we work on the fifth, there has been so many changes. Yeah, my dogs. Okay. So tell us about those revolutions. Pick one person as I wait for the dogs to decide to give me a chance to continue. So someone tell me about the opportunities presented by artificial intelligence. Please unmute and tell us.
Please, can you pardon?
You can read from the private chat. So respond to my questions that I'm putting on the private chat. So we didn't hear you. Can you say it again, please? I'm suspecting somebody is Googling. Is somebody on Google or on ChatGPT? Then if you're talking, please know you're on mute. I can't hear you.
No, we are not going.
Okay, I'm going to talk.
Thank you. I can't hear you. We can't hear you if you're talking. You're on mute.
Some of the opportunities in AI are it improves healthcare and other transportation of cars.
Well done, Ivy. Are you doing some classes on artificial intelligence so far? Are you learning artificial intelligence?
Yes, we learned it in Python.
Okay, great. So, are you using ChatGPT?
No,
Are you being honest? Okay, but
no,
do you
we
know
were
what that
taught
is?
AI in Python. Yes,
Okay. Okay, so what's the reason you're not using it? But you know what that is. Okay. Nice. I'm just gonna mute for now. So, so remember my questions and start getting ready because I am just gonna carry on presenting, and then you all get ready to answer my questions. I don't know why my dogs are so upset today. They truly want to join this conversation. What I want us to understand is the world is changing and changing extremely fast. There are so many opportunities presented by AI. I'd love to understand if you all know the language learning models and the opportunities. Each one of you will have to tell me opportunities presented by AI, that automation, and what we can leverage on, how we can learn, how we can study, and what jobs are being created by AI. The person who answers my questions best, which can actually start putting them on the private chat in the interest of time, will get a free gift. How many would want to get a free gift? Let me see show of hands. Good. You all want something, right? So with that, the endless opportunities that are created, especially in healthcare, it has become a revolution that the world has been waiting for and the world needs. So it's very, very important for you to study and understand what that means and how you can leverage on that. Okay? What job opportunities are there? What you can start creating using AI, right? And how you can make sure by leveraging on that, you way above, you're doing your research, you're doing your homework, and understanding as well ethical AI, using AI in an ethical way, being responsible, and of course, cybersecurity. Because sometimes why in schools we're told not to use technology, it's because of the dangers that are posed there on these platforms. So it's important for you to understand that. What is cybersecurity and why should I be so careful with cybersecurity? Why are teachers telling us not to use AI? What are they scared of? Where we stop from having phones in school? Why can't I go with my laptop to school? Okay. So let's look at virtual reality. Have you done any classes using virtual reality? You can comment. Just put it on the comment section. Right? Thank you, Ivy. Ivy is telling us with AI you can be a teacher. You can just I think the interruptions are too much when you're on mute. You'll unmute when we're done. So just stay mute. You can just respond to me here. Faith Atino says she does not know. Are you saying you're not using virtual reality or you don't know what that is? So virtual reality, I'm sure, I mean, you all know what is a PlayStation, right? So Modesta says, I'm not sure Modesta is a he or she, but Modesta says he does not understand what is the meaning of AI. somebody respond to Modesta? What is the meaning of AI? We can arrange some other time and have a specific class, which we're just going to discuss what is artificial intelligence and why artificial intelligence, right? So with virtual reality, you can travel to the world, you can explore space, or you can even step back and do a lot of classes. You can understand the human body, you can understand your geography. I don't know, you can mention for me some of the topics you're doing. Like, let's say you want to understand the lakes, the oceans, the climate action, things that are affecting humanity. But you want to be very smart in that field so that you can come up as a person who can solve problems that are existing. And with virtual reality, it presents a world of possibilities. There's so much you can learn, which makes it, when you get on virtual reality, you use the headgear, it makes it very easy for you to understand a concept. You can use virtual reality sets for literally any class, okay? So we'll arrange, we can see at some point when I could visit you or you can visit me, and then we can do a class on virtual reality. But I want you right now to start doing some research on virtual reality, okay? You can put for me on the comment section if you're understanding that. Now, you had me mention as we spoke on soft skills. I kept on mentioning soft skills. Soft skills, it seems like the most underrated skill, but it is the most important skill. So it's the 4 C's that I repeated. I'd like somebody to comment on the comment section and tell me what are the 4 skills that I mentioned, the most important 4 skills that are in soft skills, the 4 C's. So a special gift for somebody who gets it right. I want to know if you know the 4 C's, okay? So this teamwork, working well, that is not among the 4 C's. I'm just saying it. Working well with others, which is essential in any field, especially in STEAM education. You can't build a house alone. There's so many problems you can't solve alone. But if you call upon others and do it together, it makes your work easy. You cannot be an island. We have communication, explaining ideas clearly and listening to others. It's a key to success. When you can express yourself, you're assertive, you ask a question, and even if you're going to make a mistake, you're not scared of making a mistake. It's okay to make mistakes. What is not okay is not to try. Okay? It's not to try. You need to own your voice, own your space, and be quick and keen to collaborate, respond. And when you don't know, I really appreciate when I see some of you telling me on the comment section, I don't know what this is. That's very good. That's how you learn. Critical thinking, problem solving, and finding creative solutions are important, very important in the STEM space. I'm trying to rush this because the dogs are just not having it. Then we are looking at the emerging markets, opportunities that are waiting. There's a global growth. Technology is booming in places like Africa and creating exciting new job opportunities. Then we're looking at the future jobs. New fields are emerging every day, from AI engineers to biotechnology researchers. You can tell me many other career choices you've seen. And STEM foundation is very strong. It's very easy for you to transition to any other career when you're coming from STEM space. So it's so important for you to make sure whatever subject that you choose subjects that are aligned with STEM. When you want to transition to something else, it becomes much easier because you already have a strong foundation. So you need to start your STEM journey today, right? Make sure you explore your interest. Make sure that you're not missing sessions to go to the STEM center. This is a great opportunity that you have. You're very active. Make sure you start going for robotics competitions. I've seen a lot of robotics competitions in Kenya. You're collaborating with others, and make sure you're leveraging the opportunities that you have that are already presented to you. Okay? You can create, I don't know if you all go to the same school or in different schools, but make sure that within your schools, you're also creating STEM clubs. Okay? We agree you're going to create STEM clubs? Vote presidents within your STEM club, hold debates, have so many activities you're doing within STEM, and they don't have, STEM does not mean, it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to wait until you get the latest iPads, you get robots, you get virtual reality sets, you get drones. No, you can use recycled materials. Do you know that? There are so many recycled materials you can use. You can break some resources from the house and get motors, get sensors. within our STEM center, we buy very few things. Children prefer to make their own robots. I hope you're making your own robots. Don't rely on the robots that you're getting that are presented to you built. Build your own. So all you do is ask the teacher. In most cases, all you need is motors and sensors. Most of all these other things you can create. You can come up with sensor that can make a mini Arduino board. And there are some gadgets that you can break and come up, get an Arduino board. So the old computers should be your greatest assets, which if you ask in the community, you get people that can donate laptops or computers that they're not using, that are broken already. You break them into pieces, you find a lot of tools that you can use from there to create your own. Okay. I'll send you some activities we do. We call them instant challenges. They are fun. They make us develop rapid thinking, ideation, coming up with how do we solve a particular problem. Okay? Faith, Modesta, Doreen, let's start this conversation. Let's make sure we keep in touch. Ivy, Samantha, Accord, Shari, and Eve, I hope you're all listening actively, and you're going to make sure you have a very, very strong STEM club. Okay? Collect materials from your homes. It can be an empty bottle of Coke. There's something that you can do with it. The future is yours to shape. Starts with dreaming big, creating, and inspiring to be a better version of yourself. Okay? You have so many youngsters that are looking up to you, that would love to learn from you. So be the person, be that mentor. You can always mentor the standard 1 kids, the standard 2 kids. When you mentor and train other kids, you also learn. You're not too young to mentor. We agree, Ivy? You know you can be a mentor as well. When you mentor other children, they look up to you and they'll want to emulate you. And by mentoring others, teaching them how to also be part of the STEAM club, you're planting a seed and you're also becoming smarter. By teaching other kids, you learn. You polish the skills that you have, right? So I'm hoping soon, if you've not done it, you'll be coming up with your hackathons. You come up with inter-school competitions, okay? So I see some questions. Excuse me, what are types of professional soft skills? Okay. Let me explain what are soft skills. Soft skills are those skills that you might find there's no teacher that will stand in front of you and say, I'm teaching you soft skills. They're the most sought after skills. I'm just going to say it once and then I'll ask questions, right? These are the skills that sometimes you find they're nurtured by the environment where you live in. Could be from home, it could be from school. This is the ability for you to be very good in communication, that you're able to tell people, other children something, and they listen to you. You see it within your peers. You could be having maybe like your class prefect who explains something in a way that you're able to understand and you all listen. So the art of communication, the art of passing a message to an extent somebody goes like, I understand. And if you want me to explain in Swahili, as much as I heard you all speaking very good English, I'm happy to explain to you in Kiswahili. English is not a measure of intelligence. It's important, yes. Swahili, it's equally very important. And it's always okay for you to express yourself in a language that you know best. Okay? Don't be intimidated by English. It's a language like any other. So I hope we all understand what is communication, right? The next one we're focusing on, there are many soft skills. People have come up with 9, others 10, but we're focusing on 4 soft skills. So we've done communication. The next one is collaboration. If Ivy does not talk to Samantha and Shari, and then they say, let's use this one laptop because the other laptops, other children are using it, right? And we solve a particular problem or we do a particular assignment together. That can create a problem. So that is collaboration, working together. You can also call it teamwork. It is a very, very important skill to have. Then the third one is critical thinking, right? Critical thinking. When you're given an assignment, when you sit and start analyzing, how do I do this? Right? You zone in and you're trying to fix your robot, you put the wrong sensor, so you can't program it. and you start applying your mind, your brain. You're thinking critically. And ultimately, you're going to solve that problem. Okay? You've had situations where you're given an assignment, even your homework at school, and you're wondering, how do I do this? And you're thinking, but I remember the teacher taught us how to do this. But how come I can't remember? So with critical thinking, it involves analyzing, you evaluate that information, and you make a decision that specifically this decision is on solving a problem. Okay? So it's important you break it down in small components. And when you're thinking critically and then you are working with others, it makes it much easier. Can you repeat for me how many I've spoken about? How many soft skills so far? You can put it on the chat. Okay? Then we have creativity. This is the ability for you to generate a valuable idea by thinking outside the conventional frameworks, right? That ability for you to look at, can I come up with something original? Can I be flexible enough to change it? Can I a little bit change my thinking? Okay. Can I explore possibilities? Because you're not limited to thinking, to creating. It is very crucial in STEM fields. So we are focusing on collaboration, communication, critical thinking, and creativity. The 4 C's. Okay? I hope you're all listening. So what I'd like you to tell me, because now I know you know the 4 C's, or does somebody wants to repeat for me? Can somebody repeat for me the 4 C's? You can unmute.
Critical thinking.
Uh-huh. And the other one?
Teamwork.
Communication.
But we're focusing on the 4 C's. We spoke about 4 C's. There's 1 C, there's number 1 C, number 2, number 3, number 4. We're just focusing on the 4 C's. So can you mention them for me?
Communication.
Good. Uh-huh.
Teamwork.
Another one? That is communication. The other one?
Creativity.
Critical
You
thinking.
got this. You know it. No, teamwork. The word teamwork does not start with C. It needs to start with C. Letter C. You know, A, B, C. So letter C. So communication. Say it loudly. Good. Creativity. Uh-huh. That's the second one. The third one.
Critical thinking.
And the fourth one.
Collaboration.
Clap hands for yourselves. So remember the 4 C's, okay?
What about
You should always remember the 4 C's, okay? Now, this has been super awesome. Let's say hello to people commenting. I saw our Akum, I think Mr. Akum, Mr. Danish. That is your big president, right? He says, I'll put on here for you to read. I want one of you to read the comments. One person to read comments. You can see comments on the screen, right? Yeah. From the screen. Can you see robotic? Okay, read it.
Robotics. It is amazing to watch children fascinated building robots together.
What I want you to do is you say your name, you read the comment, and you read the name of the person who commented, and you say a big thank you. This is somebody who's contributing to this podcast.
Ronald Henderson, robotics. It is amazing to watch children fascinated building robots together. Thank you.
Okay, the next one.
Ivy Akinyi, Akwom Danish. Wonderful session. Thank you.
Again. I'm waiting. Somebody else you need?
Henry Onyango. Many underserved children are learning coding through International Coding for Kids Bootcamp. Thank you.
Good. So you see, you're not alone. I'm sure most of the people that are commenting, they're in America, they're in Europe, and they're watching you, right? They're listening to you and they're supporting you. Okay? They're supporting you. I'm here. We have your mentors. You have the entire world that wants to see you win. So I want us to do the closing remarks, right? I don't know if you're going to choose the president or one person from your team. I need a little summary, what you've learned, and then you say goodbye to our listeners. Okay, the mic is yours. Who wants to do that? Or you need a minute to prepare yourselves. I'll give you a minute to prepare yourselves. If there are two people to speak, we have 3 more minutes to go. Thank you, our listeners. I don't know, you're joining us from Facebook, LinkedIn, or YouTube. This has been super amazing. I can't even begin to explain how it feels when you are in front of children who are expressing themselves extremely well, speaking very good English. And I can only say thank you, Mr. Akwom. You've done a super awesome job. Thank you to the teachers that do all the hard work of training these children, the teachers that sacrifice their Sundays to ensure that we're focusing on the 21st century skills and just making sure that we can make the world a better place. I'd love to keep on chatting. I'd like us to keep collaborating. Maybe we can come up with a monthly podcast because I'd love you also to start podcasting as a team. And I would want to see you collaborating also with our children here in Botswana. I'm based in Botswana. I work with children in several parts of the continent. And I'd like in the near future, we plan a hackathon. We're actually doing a lot of robotics competitions and would like you to be involved, even if we start with a virtual one, right? So STEM Center Africa, well done. You're doing a brilliant job. So I'm going to give the mic to STEM Center Africa president or whoever the team has voted as a spokesperson to say their final comments.
Hello, my name is Seth. Edward. What we have done now is... Hello, my name is Seth. What we have done now is robotics, building the feature. You have learned soft skills. You have learned how to code. And most of things that you have learned is solving the real world and artificial intelligence. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Can I ask somebody to repeat? Can somebody tell me, or can you all say them together? The 4 C's, or one person to say. One person to say, which are the 4 C's we've learned about?
Skills, communication. Listen.
Yeah. Communication.
Communication.
Good,
Collaboration.
that's one.
Collaboration,
Creativity.
creativity, and
Good.
critical thinking.
Clap hands for yourselves. Did you have fun? STEM Center Africa, was that fun? Do you want to do this again?
Yeah.
Was it fun? Okay, so tell your teacher, I'm going to give you my WhatsApp number here. You can WhatsApp me. I'd love to keep in touch. And I'd love to send you some ebooks on coding, robotics, artificial intelligence. That is your gift for showing up. Everybody gets a gift because everybody showed up, right?
Yes.
Would you like to get a gift?
Yeah.
Or what do you want? What do you want as a gift? Are you okay with a book, or what do you want as a gift? So thank you. Enjoy yourselves, and let's keep in touch, right?
I have a question.
Yes, please.
My question is.
Yeah.
We're waiting for you.
Yes, my question is. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yeah.
Okay. T-shirt.
So my
Okay.
question is, which country are you from?
I am from Kenya.
And you are in
Mimi ni
Botswana?
Mkenya. Sisi nyinyi mko Kenya?
Yeah.
Which part of Kenya are you? I'm from Nakuru.
Ah, that's nice.
Na nyinyi mko wapi?
They're from Homa Bay.
Where are you in Kenya? Mumekataa kuniambia mko wapi Kenya?
We are
you
from
give?
Homa Bay.
Oh, no. I want to come to Homa Bay. Can I be invited to Homa Bay? Can I visit you?
Yes, very invited.
I hear Homa Bay is very beautiful. I will come to Homa Bay and then we do a boot camp, right?
No problem.
Good. Thank you so much. Nice meeting you. But I work. My resident is Botswana. I live in Botswana, but I work in different parts of Africa. Okay.
Yeah.
And this is exciting, and I'm looking forward to coming to Homa Bay. So I will collaborate with your teacher, and I'll send you some STEM books.
Hello, my name is Mike. I have a question.
We can?
The question is, what's AI?
question.
Ask. What's
Yes, we can
AI?
organize a retreat. Sorry?
The main function of AI.
Okay, the main function of AI. So you've not done a course on AI so far?
Yes.
Okay, let's mute so that I take you through that. Then there won't be any noise. So that I explain to you, right? We're a little bit past time, but I can explain that. So this is a general term that is used if but I have a book that explains to you very nicely. But what you need to do is do some activities. Because when you want to learn something and learn it very well, you need to do some practicals. So I can say AI refers to computer systems or machines that can simulate human intelligence. Am I complicating the situation? This is process human intelligence such as learning, reasoning, problem solving, and understanding languages. Okay? So this powers everything from smart assistant. Have you ever heard of Siri or Alexa? Have you heard of self-driving cars? Right?
Yes.
You've heard of self-driving cars? Have you heard of Sophia the robot? The one that's usually in Dubai? Or have you heard of Alexa or Siri?
Alexa and Siri.
Alexa and Siri.
Good, you know Alexa and Siri, right? So
Yes.
those are all AI-enabled tools, okay? We can organize and run a class where we're just going to focus on AI. So you can mute so that I explain a little bit further. I need you to mute. So artificial intelligence has so many different tasks. And some of them is the image recognition, the virtual assistant. We have, if you think about Netflix, which I'm sure you all know, Netflix and Spotify, these are tasks that are very much enabled by AI, okay? So we have the human level intelligence across a wide range of tasks, but there's still a concept under research and development that's ongoing on tasks that are able to be performed. We're using a lot of AI in the medical field. We're using a lot of that artificial intelligence in our classes in learning. And most of all, automation of processes to an extent. This podcast, you can get a podcast being run by artificial intelligence that you wouldn't actually know whether it's a human being talking or it's AI. There's a lot of learning going on where you find you're doing your homework, but you have a virtual teacher that is explaining to you for every concept that you need to understand. Okay? And it's progressing and progressing extremely fast, automating processes and making our life much more easier. So of course we have machine learning, where machine learning from data that improves over time without being programmed, right? So especially now that you're doing coding, it's very, very important because there are some codes that now we're able to create using AI, right? So I'd like to recommend we get a masterclass that we can just do like 45 minutes that we're just going to focus on AI. Have you heard of language learning models like ChatGPT? Have you heard of ChatGPT? Let me see show of hands. How many know what is ChatGPT? Good. I think that's Ivy, or nobody knows. So we are 10 minutes past our time, but I'm going to give you some courses that you can go through and learn on your own. And then we can have another session that maybe we don't even have to be live, where you're shy to say, I don't know this, or I'm making a mistake. And we can do a master class for you to be able to understand AI, and especially the application of AI, what you can do and how you can use AI for your studies. Is that a good thing? Do you want to do that? Are you happy to do that?
Yeah, I'm happy.
Okay. So clap hands for yourselves and have a super Sunday. Thank you, our listeners. Thank you, our innovators. So you can all unmute. You can all unmute and say, we are STEM Africa Center Children, and
question.
goodbye. Okay.
I have a last question.
Yes.
My name is Seth. How do AI
Hi.
operate?
How artificial intelligence operates? That's a very good question. It's literally like what I was explaining to you when you're using Siri, right? When you're using Siri, you're using Alexa, right? Those are AI-enabled tools. So I'd love to explain to you in a nicer and a better way, but we're 11 minutes past. What I want you to do is start practicing. I'll send you some courses that I want you to do. Okay? Then you can be very, very good at using AI. And there's so many opportunities in AI. There's so many jobs that we're looking for. We're looking for people to fill up those jobs. But there are also a lot of people losing jobs who are not embracing artificial intelligence. Okay? Thank you. Thank you. Enjoy yourselves and goodbye. All right. Love you all and goodbye.
Thank you.